All right, so today we got some news for Guild Wars Reforged. They put out a quick little game update, and it looks like Reforged Mode is officially moving into beta status. So this is very interesting. I'm going to read through the news here. Hopefully I'm going to put on in the background some of the new features. But we're going to talk pretty quickly about the changes that they're making here. So mobile soft launch is happening. Looks like even on Steam Deck, as well as any touch-compatible Windows device, you can now turn on the mobile interface in the options menu so that you can try out the mobile interface and give some feedback. I think that's a really interesting way to get some feedback on this for people that it's not in the region. They're not stress testing maybe the servers so much, but they're really focused on the interface, which I think is a really positive thing for them to be looking to. I do happen to have a Steam Deck, so I think I'm going to give that a try and see kind of what it's like. I'm pretty excited about that. Looks like the target date for the full launch of mobile is still June 24th, but we'll see how that changes over time. And now here's the big one, so that's Reforged Mode updates. Reforged Mode is moving out of alpha and into beta status. It's going to be on by default for new characters. I think that's a little bit strange that they would put a beta feature on by default for new characters, but I guess it's fine. They've also added a new quest, Getting Started in Guild Wars, available in pre-searing for the Prophecies campaign, designed to guide new players through pre-searing and give them some tips on getting the most out of the pre-searing experience. I think that's really good. Sometimes it's a little bit aimless, and pre-searing is not so bad, but they are also adding a Reforged-only quest, Surviving After the Searing, which you can get from War Master Titus. That rewards players with a book that helps explain some of the core mechanics of Guild Wars and provides additional resources and rewards to help new players get started. I think that's really interesting. I'm going to give that a try. A connector quest from Ambassador Zane that leads players back to War Master Titus for the next primary quest has been added. Yeah, I think that's the right move. Kind of guiding players along a little bit more. Hopefully it's not too hand-holdy, but we'll see. You can still opt out of Reforged Mode during character creation, and you can toggle Reforged Mode off and on during via the shrine. All right, now here's the interesting one. So we have changed our previously communicated plan for bringing Reforged Mode out of beta. Here's the new plan. When Reforged Mode comes out of beta, we will remove the Reforged badge from the game. We will introduce a new Veteran Mode, which will preserve the classic tuning, changes, and content. This will be the same as playing without Reforged Mode today. Players will be able to opt into Veteran Mode during character creation and toggle the mode off and on via the Shrine to Godly Accoutrements. Neither Veteran nor Reforged badges will be applied to earn titles. Ooh, that's interesting. There won't be any special rewards for playing in Veteran Mode. It will exist solely to preserve the pre-Reforged experience. I think that's a really good move. That's positive. People were pretty stressed out about the badges and titles with a certain mode. I think that's good. We originally planned to mark titles with the mode they were earned under because we anticipated Reforged Mode could introduce tuning changes that might make certain titles significantly easier to achieve. In practice, we found ways to make the pacing and content changes without significantly impacting the level of effort required to reach each title, unlike Doom's Covenant and Melandra's Accord, which dramatically alter the level of effort needed to earn certain titles. Our previous plan to mark titles based on Reforged Mode usage has unfortunately discouraged veteran players from checking out the new content with their existing characters. And you know what? They're right. I haven't turned it on my main character just because of the badge and what it means to earn that badge or to earn a title with that badge. So I think all in all, that's really good. I think this is pretty positive. I think they're going to keep it for the Doom's Covenant and Melandra's Accord, which is great. Like, to earn the titles with those on there, I think is impressive and an actual feat. But yeah, the changes are, I guess the differences are a little bit negligible. I mean, Legendary Defender of Ascalon's a lot easier to get in Reforged Mode, but other than that, I mean, I think this is good. All right, looks like skills and AI adjustments. I'm not the best to talk about this kind of stuff, so I probably won't go too deep. It looks like they have made changes to how heroes and AI use skills, which is is really great. I'm glad they're taking an eye to this. So I'll read through them quickly. I'm not going to claim I'm going to know a whole ton about them, but Preservation fixed an issue where the lowest health ally wasn't getting properly updated. 10 Ice Crystals removed point blank AI flag. Adjusted consider so the casters prefer water hexed enemies. Ideally ones with additional enemies within the skill's range. So it looks like just how they use it based on where enemies are located, I guess. That's pretty good. I don't know what a lot of those terms mean. Soul Leech ensure skipping spirits when considering potential targets. Energizing Finale remove low energy requirement for targeting consideration. Prioritize targets with low energy. That's great. Arcane Conundrum only target caster primaries, prioritize healers, and targets with adjacent bonus targets. Dark Aura, heroes now prioritize targets with specific skills that have health sacrifice effects. Contagion, Soul Taker, Signet of Agony, Touch of Agony, Wallow's Bite. Targets with these skills are buffed out of combat in most circumstances. Targets with Masochism active with adjacent targets also have high priority. Targets with sacrifice skills are prioritized in combat if the target has adjacent enemies. Basic enemies target their allies with sacrifice abilities with adjacent targets. I think this is really good for my Soul Taker build. Sometimes I find it really tricky to get the heroes to target me properly with that, so I think that's really great. Wither, heroes should now cast the skill more consistently and prioritize targets with low overall energy. Awesome. Skip spirits as potential targets, prioritizes party before allies. That's Splinter Weapon. Great. All really good things. I think a lot of these skills are popular too, or could be more popular with these changes. So I'm not really sure what the impact of all this is. I'm not the best with that kind of stuff, but it sounds like it'll be a big boost to players. I'd love to hear people's thoughts. And then other adjustments: Forsaken Tunnels, Tunnels of the Forsaken, removed Crystal Shard Cripple debuff effect when the character is clear of the affected area. Daze remains for its duration. That's just nice. That was nice of them. It's kind of annoying to get stuck in it. And the cripple lasted for a really long time. So this is great. I think all in all, the little adjustments that they're making all the time are really good ones. The Reforged Mode updates, I think, are really good updates. And then next, it looks like I'm going to be trying out some new quests, seeing what these new this new tutorial experience is going to be like. I'll probably release something else for that soon. But with that, I think I'll leave this here. I'd love to hear anybody's thoughts. If anybody has any feedback on this patch, I'd love to hear it. But with that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks all.